Do you know what the VO2 Max is? Of course you know that, unless you live in a cave. But in this video, I want to explain how you can improve VO2 Max. Okay, yeah, you might know what the VO2 Max is, but let me explain it in the beginning because some of you might not know that. And actually, not many people understand it perfectly. Okay, VO2 Max means how much oxygen you can consume, usually per minute per kg. Meaning, how much oxygen you can consume per 1 minute and per 1 kg of your body mass. Usually, it's a VO2 max. So, we can express something like 70 milliliter per kg per minute or 75 milliliter per minute per kg. It's something like that. And why we want to know that? Why we want to know how much oxygen we can consume per minute per kg per body mass? Why is it important? Because if we want to run fast in long distance or middle distance, exactly speaking, it's something like longer than 1 minute. 1 minute and 30 seconds. So let's say it's 800 meter or longer than 800 meter. It's very important because, like I explained in the last videos, if we use anaerobic system, meaning we want to generate energy without oxygen, then we need to generate also waste products, which is called lactic acid. If we produce lactic acid, then our body pH gets lower, and once it gets lower enough, then it prohibits our energy system, our metabolism. And if our metabolic system works slower, or once our energy system works slower, then we can generate less energy per 1 minute, and meaning we need to get slower. We need to speed down, meaning we lose in a race. That's why we want to generate as much as possible energy without anaerobic system, meaning we want to generate as much energies with aerobic system, in other words with oxygen. That's why the VO2 max is very, very important physiological index. But exactly speaking, what we want to know is how much oxygen we can use per minute. Because we use a lot of oxygen per minute means we can produce energies with oxygen faster. In other words, without waste products, which is called lactic acids. That's why that's very important factor. So VO2 max means you always it shows how much oxygen we can consume per minute. And why we want to know that? Because if we consume a lot of oxygen, meaning maybe we generate many energies with oxygen. Of course, we can't know that. We can't know exactly how much energies we produce with oxygen. We can't know that. But researchers think that if we consume a lot of oxygen per minute, then maybe we produce a lot of energies per minute, meaning we can run fast. So that's why VO2 max is very, very important. And this is a big difference between sprinters and middle and long distance runners. For sprinters, the maximal power is much more important than metabolic system. Because no matter how much energy we can produce, if our maximal power is lower, then we cannot run as fast as possible in 100 meter. In 100 meter race or 200 meter race, the maximal power is the most important factor. But no matter how good your maximal power is, if we cannot generate enough energies per minute, then you cannot run fast in 5,000 meter or in 10,000 meter. And if you cannot run fast in 5,000 meter or 10,000 meter, it means automatically you cannot run fast in half marathon and marathon. It's simply impossible. That's why from 800 meter to marathon, it's very, very important, maybe the most important physiological factor. And even in 800 meter. Of course, in 800 meter race, the maximal power, the maximal speed is also very important. For example, I'm not good at 800 meter because I'm very slow sprinter. I'm not good at 100 meter or 200 meter. That's why I'm not good at 800 meter. But still, I can beat a lot of people who are able to run faster in 100 meter and in 200 meter because I have much better aerobic energy system. Meaning my maximal power is very low, but I can generate more energies per minute. And in 800 meter race, approximately I need to run 2 minutes. Then if I can produce many energies in 2 minutes, then I can beat somebody who is not able to do it. But once the level reaches at 155 or 150, it's not my distance. But in fact, I coach some high school students, and all of them are able to run faster than I am in 100 meter and in 200 meter. But none of them can beat me in 800 meter. They are much better sprinters than I am, but none of them can beat me because my VO2 Max is much better than what they have. That's the reason. So from 800 meter to marathon, the VO2 Max is one of the most important physiological factor. And the question is how we can improve it. And here's the difference. You need to understand the difference between VO2 Max itself and VO2 Max. Sometimes we show in a book that is written VO2 Max. VO2 Max stands for velocity at VO2 Max. Velocity at VO2 Max meaning the velocity, the speed, the pace at VO2 Max. Usually 100% VO2 Max. And usually 100% the velocity at 100% VO2 Max is the distance you can run from 8 to 10 minutes with maximal effort. It's depending on the researcher. Some researchers said it's 10 minutes. And some researchers say it's 8 minutes. And some researchers said it's 12 minutes. It's depending on the researchers. But it's approximately from 8 minutes to 12 minutes. For example, my 3000 meter personal best time is 8:25. Meaning approximately my velocity at 100% VO2 Max is 248 per 1K. And I'll give you another example. For example, you are able to run 3000 meter 10 minutes sharp. Then your velocity at 100% VO2 Max is 320. And if we want to improve VO2 Max, we need to run slower than velocity at 100% VO2 max. Or I can also say 100% velocity at VO2 max. Because if the training phase is faster than 100% velocity at VO2 max, then we get tired very soon. Meaning we cannot run long enough. That's why it's not effective to run faster than 100% velocity at VO2 max. So if we do some intense workouts, it's better to do approximately from 100% to 95%. Actually, 100% is very fast because for me, it's approximately 3,000 meter race pace. And also the high school students who I coach now, also it's 3,000 meter race pace. And it's very difficult to do something like 10 times 1,000 meter with 3,000 meter race pace. It's very tough workout, or I think it's almost impossible, right? We cannot do 10 times 1,000 meter with 3,000 meter race pace, no matter how long the recovery time is. Maybe 7 times, 8 times, maybe we cannot be able to maintain the pace anymore. So at least it's slow. It needs to be slower than 95% of velocity at VO2 max. And the question is, what is the lower limit? Upper limit is 100% velocity at VO2 max, and usually it's slower than 100% velocity at VO2 max. So maybe that's something like 5,000 meter race pace or 10,000 meter race pace. And of course, half marathon race pace is also okay. For me, it's something like 90% velocity at VO2 max, and it's slow enough to do something like 6 times 2K. I can do it because it's my half marathon race pace. So it's not difficult to do 6 times 2K or 7 times 2K. And it's still good for improving VO2 max. And this kind of area is upper limit. And what is the lower limit? Many people do not know that. Many people think, or okay, maybe better to say some people think or believe we need to do something like from 100% velocity at VO2 max or 90% to 90% velocity at VO2 max to improve VO2 max. But actually, even if we run 50% velocity at VO2 max, we can improve VO2 max, especially for beginners. For elite athletes, I don't think so. But for beginners, everything can be training, can be good training. And for beginners, even if you run 50% velocity at VO2 max, it's good workout. It can improve your VO2 max because your VO2 max level is still low. And also, your VO2 max level is low, meaning your 100% velocity at VO2 max pace is also slow. Meaning, jogging can be 80% velocity at VO2 max or 70% velocity at VO2 max very easily. That's why actually in the beginning you don't need to any interval workouts to improve VO2 max. A lot of people do not know that. A lot of people believe intense workouts are also necessary. Yeah, of course, if you want to reach at some high level like marathon under 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 30 minutes, or 2 hours 40 minutes, 2 hours 50 minutes. If you want to reach at that level, then you need intense workouts. But in the beginning, you don't need any intense workouts to improve your VO2 max. And in other words, you don't need to any intense workouts to improve your race results. For example, for beginners, maybe 10K 50 minutes. Then you don't need to do any intense workouts. Okay, maybe you need some intense workouts for you. Meaning, if you want to improve your race result in 10K, maybe you need to run sometimes under 5 minutes per K. But you don't need to compare with other people. Maybe elite amateur runners who are able to run marathon under 3 hours, that's 10 times 1K under 4 minutes. All 10 times 1K under 4 minutes. Maybe they are able to do it. And maybe they regularly do it. But you don't need to do it to improve your race time from 50 minutes in 10K. So actually for beginners, if you go outside and run longer than 30 minutes or longer than 30 minutes, even if the pace is slow, it can improve your VO2 max. That's why in the beginning, it's very important to increase frequency. It's much more important than increasing your pace or increasing your distance. In the beginning, it's very important to increase your frequency of running, because once you go outside and run longer than 30 minutes, all workouts can be very good workouts for beginners. And even runners who are aiming at running a marathon under 3 hours 30 minutes. It also can be good workout. In other words, for elite athletes, the story is a little bit different. I don't know if I can call me an elite athlete, but I've been running for 17 years and my half marathon best time is already 63:09. Then 20K 4 minutes per K pace cannot increase my VO2 max effectively. Of course, it's good for maintaining my aerobic base, but it cannot improve my VO2 max effectively. So the story is very different. But in the beginning, the most important thing is going outside and run longer than 30 minutes. And also, you might understand, still there is a lower limit. You also need to understand this. The lower limit is approximately 50% velocity at VO2 max. And some of joggers, runners, go for LSD. LSD stands for long slow distance. I like that kind of workout too, but it should not be too slow also. In the beginning, everything can be a good workout. But let's say you are aiming at running a marathon under 3 hours and you go for LSD. Going for LSD is okay, but 7 minutes per K pace is useless. It's just a waste of time and a waste of your energy. It's almost no training effectiveness. If you are aiming at marathon, running a marathon under 3 hours, then you need to run at least 5 minutes per K pace. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye for now.